Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back for another video. Another video we can do at home during this lockdown to help you create some better awareness, create some better feels for you to improve your golf swing when you eventually can go hit balls at the range, at the club, at the course, wherever it may be. So at this time when you guys can't go practice, if you guys have space indoors, in your driveway, in your backyard, at the park, wherever it may be, this is a great drill for you to learn how to create separation between the upper and lower body. Why we want to create separation in the upper and lower body is because in previous videos we've talked about sequential lag. The first part of the movement, starting from the ground up, everything rising up, the last piece of the movement being the furthest thing away from the ground, which is usually your hands and your club. We've talked about lag as being one part of your body lagging behind another part of your body. So what the upper and lower body, my upper body being higher than the ground than my lower body is, we want this upper body to lag behind the lower body in the sequential order of when it's moving during the golf swing, during the movement. So if I put this club in front of me, right, I make my backswing as normal, you can see that my chest is facing you guys a down the line camera and my pelvis is facing somewhere in between the ball and the down the line camera. Let's just grab this ball here as a reference point, okay? The ball and chest is facing, the pelvis and chest is facing the ball at setup. I turn, now my chest is facing the down the line camera, my pelvis is pointing somewhere in between the ball and the down the line camera. We want to try our best to get this pelvis pointing at the ball while the chest is still facing the down the line camera. It's impossible to separate that much between the upper and lower body because it is attached to each other. I don't expect the pelvis to be past the ball and the chest to still be at the camera. It's very, I've never seen anyone do it. Probably not possible. So when we do this, all we want to do is, so you make a nice slow backswing, loading the inside trail foot, inside trail heel 70-80%. Hold for 3 seconds. From here, keep your chest facing the camera, and I want you to feel like you squat and rotate into the ground and get your pelvis facing the ball. And hold for 3 seconds. And you can see at this checkpoint, when my pelvis is square at the ball, both knees are roughly the same flex. My trail leg is covering my lead leg. You can see if I make my backswing turn, my lead leg is visible, my trail leg is visible. If I get my pelvis back at the ball properly, my trail leg should be covering my lead leg. That's a good reference point for you guys. In addition to that, I want to make sure you guys are squatting and rotating in your heel side as you do this, okay? Well, if you stop at the top and then you start stopping your pelvis at the ball, you can see my butt goes back and down, okay? I do not want you to squat and rotate into your toes. I want you to squat and rotate into the heel side. You're going to feel engagement in your hamstrings and engagement in your midsection. You're going to feel a more big stretch in your midsection if this is something you haven't done before. Generally, if I ask people to do this for the first time, they show me this. Stop at the top. Either the upper body goes first. You can see my upper body, my chest is now working towards the ball, and then my lower body, my pelvis follows. Or both chest and pelvis move at the same time to face the ball. Neither of those things we want for most players, okay? We want to try our best to create separation where if we stop at the top, again, my chest and pelvis facing the down the line camera. Sorry, my chest is facing down the line, pelvis facing in between. We want the pelvis to point at the ball as we squat and rotate and stop. And we're going to resist the upper body from turning, trying to feel like this doesn't move at all. We don't want to cheat this by doing this, okay? We don't want to tilt the upper body back to cheat it. We want to maintain inclination as we hold the upper body from turning as we squat and rotate the pelvis of the ball, and you're going to stop for 3 seconds. You're going to feel whatever engagements you feel in your legs, in your midsection or whatnot, is the feel you're going to try to recreate and bring into the golf course, into your practice sessions. So just because I can hit balls here for you guys, I'm going to illustrate what that might look like, okay? If I do this, stop at the top, hold for 3 seconds, stop at pelvis of the ball, hold for 3 seconds, I feel that stretch. When I eventually bring this to hitting balls for the first time, all I'm going to do is try to recreate that stretch in transition where from the top, I'm trying to start with my lower body, I feel that separation, okay? So stop at the top, and then make sure my lower body goes first, and I feel separation being created. Once you have that feel down, you can then work towards the next progression. Again, you can work on this progression at home as well without hitting balls. If progression 1 is stopping at the top for 3 seconds, and then stopping and pelvis of the ball for 3 seconds while maintaining the upper body, the next progression is making your backswing making a one motion backswing into transition and stopping your pelvis to the ball. You can see, putting this ball here again, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to make my backswing and flow into transition and pelvis to the ball and then stop, okay? I'm making a backswing, finish my backswing, and then maintain the upper body resisted from turning as I squat and rotate into pelvis at the ball. And you can see my pelvis is roughly at the ball, my chest is still roughly facing this direction. From the face-on view, it may look like this, okay? Some people, they cheat this by moving their butt back, their hips back away from the target. That's not what we want, okay? The last thing we want to see is you doing this. We don't want that either. If there's a line beside your trail hip, I don't want the trail hip to work past that line, okay? So from the face-on view, progression 1, stop at the top, and then slowly squat and rotate into the heel side, pelvis at the ball, upper body resisted turn, and then progression 2 is one motion to that checkpoint, okay? And then when you get the one motion, eventually when you do hit balls outside, that's the feel we want. Then we try to recreate that when we hit to try to recreate that separation in transition. So hope that helps. That's something you guys can work on at home during this lockdown. If you guys can't hit balls at the range, at the course, wherever, work on creating that sensation, work on increasing your awareness on how to create separation to help you create a better sequence in your downswing to eventually create more speed so that we can work towards having speed and predictability as an upgrade towards your golf swing. So hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. Any questions, leave in the comments below and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks, guys.